Hello and welcome to cricket's greatest wonders and blunders. I'm Matthew Hardy. What you're about to see is a collection of timeless cricketing curiosities.
Making me concentrate more.
Moments you may have forgotten and some that you wish that you had. Shamelessly laugh at the expense of your favourite cricketers as our usually cool and coordinated heroes embarrass themselves alongside the best of us. Not a foolish or freakish moment is missed. We cover the awesome, the odd, the off and the awful from the archive of cricket's funniest foul-ups and fortunate moments. The run-outs and the rodents, the captains and the curators, the preparations and the celebrations, the mystified and the misty-eyed. They're all here in cricket's greatest wonders and blunders. Cricket. It's an odd game. So what are the odds of this happening?
Out. Lily is gone. Caught. Well, we've had it. Lily caught Willie, bowled Dilly for the first time of the season.
Lily caught Willie, bowled Dilly. That's silly.
And there's a scoreline which we had all hoped for this season, but I wouldn't know if Dennis Lilly would hope for it. Lily facing Dilly and steering the catch to Willie.
It's the type of sentence to make every school kid on earth secretly laugh into their lunchbox.
First bowl today for Gian Mubrak. No easy task either. Oh, is that a freak? It is a freak. It's a freak end for Andrew Simons. You just got to have a giggle.
Watch Andrew Simons tell Michael Clark it's his shout.
Clipped it pretty firmly in the air.
Hang on. If the ball came off both bats before being caught, then why aren't the two of them out?
And there's the nod from the umpire that I'm sorry, mate, you're on your way.
Here's Mark Taylor in the slips doing the hokey pokey.
It's out, I think. It's out, yes, he got it finally. Taylor hangs on to one. Up and down she went. That's the end of Carl Hooper. Beautiful delivery from Bevan.
You put your right hand in, you stick your left leg out, you catch at third attempt, and the batsman's given out.
Can you believe that? That is brilliant. He didn't panic in the slightest, but just flicked it back with his toe.
That's pretty well done.
Wait a minute. Is this cricket or kick it?
Well, who messed that up? I reckon that was Mark Wall. What a great take by Kiyomani.
How much does that grandstand love a handstand?
The old cartwheel. And have a look at this. I like it.
Hughes bowls now to Amarnath.
Oh, and that must have been very close to stumps. He's knocked the bails off.
Or has he used his hands? There seems to me the bails are still on there. It may be that he's out-handled.
You know, the
ball.
same plan by Maradona won Argentina a FIFA World Cup. But India's Amarnath loses his wicket.
He walked, didn't wait for a decision. We'll watch that again. It's pushed down, it's going back towards the stumps. And yes, he handles the ball. Jimmy Amarnath out handling the ball, and he gives himself out. Years of experience, off he walks. A very disappointed man, but a very sporting one.
So this session is a vital one for the Australians as Phil Simmons has dropped one down on his stumps. Very close to rolling back onto the stumps. He was waving his foot around trying to fend it off.
It doesn't look like, well, we can see here if it did actually make contact. Oh, it just run down the length of the stumps and failed to remove the bails. Well, you can't be any luckier than that.
That is the first foot fault I've seen outside of a tennis court. Luckily, he got away with it.
So Phil Simmons, as we'll see here from stump vision, a very lucky man not to get the back heeler onto the stumps as well.
In the air, short of order.
Watch here as we see the curator decide on the umpire's behalf that it's time to stop play.
The curator, in fact, is running on the ground. He's coming out before the umpires. I haven't seen this before. The actual curator is...
I should add that no cricketers were harmed in the filming of this footage.
And down he goes.
But there was a groundsman who's never been seen again.
Umpire Prue has called for a suspension in play. A sensible decision by the
Don't be
umpires.
fooled. Australia is a great destination for sun seekers.
And you can bet that the ground staff want to get off there as quick as they can, because if you...
Perhaps even a round of golf.
Some protection out there.
On this day in Brisbane, Mother Nature provided the drinks break.
It was fierce stuff, I can tell you. The storm that swept through Brisbane, concentrating itself on Wollongabba and on the cricket ground.
Water, anyone?
Lightning was arcing in the stands here. It was quite sensational, but not very pleasant. And the rain, it just threw it down.
You've heard of the Indian Ocean? Well, that's the Australian one. However, when the weather is good, it's always a great idea to hang out the washing.
Well, I think obviously with the Victor Trumpet stand, it would have been expensive to build that. Obviously ran out of money right at the end.
Now this is odd.
Dear, oh dear, that looks painful. Is it a cheesel or a burger ring? Doesn't matter, but it's having a problem. I think it's stuck.
Lucky it's got a hole in it. Wouldn't be able to breathe.
How many times has your mother told you, don't chew with your mouth open?
Well, that's over the top. There's a man down there. This won't be dropped. David Hooks is underneath it. He's out. Both of them out. Caught by David Hooks. Down on the deep extra cover boundary. Both of them trying to repeat the shot played by Randall.
Now, I'm not saying England's Ian Botham or Eddie Hemmings were getting a bit porky because, well, somebody else beat me to it.
Well, there he is. He's got the Australian flag on.
This all-rounder had roast beef, and this spin bowler had none, and this little piggy, oh, he's been put to sleep by the policeman.
I tell you what, he doesn't really want to know. Looks a bit nervous too, the policeman down there. Trying to get a few people off the ground who've gathered around to watch this.
It's like delay if you have an invader on the field.
Geez, I've heard of a tail ender, but this is ridiculous.
There's been plenty happening. It is marvellous what you can do with computers and electronics these days. And you don't see too many suicide rats around.
Cricket has had its fair share of lighter moments, but here is a heavy one. Australian fast bowler Merv Hughes. Here, Merv shows us how to stay flexible, keep in shape, and court members of the opposite sex.
Playing up to the crowd down there.
We could all take a leaf out of Merv's book, and there'd still be plenty left to read. It was once said that fielding is largely a matter of focus and discipline.
And he's gone high.
Unless, of course, you're too undisciplined to focus.
Oh, he's nowhere. Straight into the sun.
Oh, that's okay. You should see him at an Easter egg hunt. It's the following Christmas before he finds one.
Just watch him move around.
Look up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Mike Hussey wishing he had better sunglasses.
Not good, is it? Because it's going to be on replay and it's going to be shown a lot of times.
Australia's Mark Waugh could usually catch a bullet out of a gun.
In the air and oh!
Not on this occasion, and Australia lost the test by 5 runs.
Mark Waugh has dropped the catch.
Doesn't normally miss those when it's wide. It's a very wide delivery. Gets through Mark Waugh too fast, I think. It sort of hits him in the midriff.
Here we see Australian fast bowler Damien Fleming on a hat-trick.
Oh, he's got him. What a magnificent catch. Another one's gone. He's on a hat-trick. Damien Fleming has already got a test hat-trick. Got another chance here at the Adelaide Oval. Oh, Warren's dropped it. Can you believe that? Shane Warne, who got a hat-trick at the MCG, has dropped the hat-trick catch.
Maybe someone should have warned him.
Well, Shane Warne will be distraught. Great mates with Damien Fleming.
Here are some Kiwis showing they really are flightless birds.
Chance dropped him well there.
In what would prove to be their worst ever test defeat.
Really was a sitter. Morrison got the edge from Taylor and he put it down at third slip.
Edged and dropped. Second chance going down off Morrison.
Proof that drop catches lose matches.
In a cut shot, they're hard to pick up at first slip because they are played so late. That was a tough one for great bats.
Not to be outdone, Pakistan dropped 5 on the opening day of this test match.
Hooked and dropped. Would have been a terrific catch.
Including Michael Slater 3 times.
He got a good piece of it, and watch Malik there right off the ground. Oh, and
that's gone straight to gully and he's put it down. What a blow. There we go, just to his right slightly, and he was snatching at that one all right.
And they've dropped another one. Well, that must be so disappointing for that young man.
Very good length. He's brought Slater forward, caught the edge.
All that gear, that's a drop catch.
Bit of flight and just enough turn to catch the thick inside edge. And really, you should hang on to those, particularly off your own bowling.
There he is, and he's got him. He's dropped it. Can you believe that? 5 today. It was there. He bowled it wide. Wall was a little bit tentative. He slashed at it. It was a sitter, and it wasn't Macklin. Put it down.
Geez, there's more drops here than there are in the ocean. England captain Graham Gooch described this 1991-92 Ashes side as the worst fielding side I have ever been in.
Perfect line from Devon Malcolm, and Graham Gooch in his final test match puts him down.
Good to see him making a contribution.
And dropped.
Not so much of a keeper as a sleeper.
So England really have made a mess of it in the catching department.
It's close. He's dropped it.
And that's a big let-off for Mark Waugh and big disappointment for Lewis and England.
So, just how bad were they? Ask Devon Malcolm.
In the air, got it. Oh, he's dropped it. That is unbelievable. It really was a lollipop. Back to Devon Malcolm, and he dropped it, then looked around, didn't know where it had gone. Have another look at it.
Well, it's a really wild slash on the up from Michael Slater. It dawdled back. It was a little cuckoo, actually.
Shouts of catch, and it's Devon Malcolm. And has he got this one? Devon Malcolm, I'm sure he has eye trouble. Judging by the way he tried to take that caught and bowled, he really misjudged that one badly. I think Michael Slater thought for a moment that he had caught it.
So does that mean? And no, he's dropped it. Well, a big deflection there, went flying in the direction of Rhodes, and it seemed to me that he got his glove to it.
Okay, Devon, here's some footage which will make it up to you.
Now he's given him. Angel has gone. Might have been a misfield, but it was a brilliant recovery from the big fast bowler. His catching may not be all that good, but he's just removed Joe Angel.
He certainly can't see the ball, and he can't feel very well, and he can't catch very well. But he can definitely throw that cricket ball, and fast.
But never let it be said that England don't get right behind their bowlers.
It's Angus Fraser. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh,
Except, of course, if it's Darren Goff.
That was in the air for so long. Angus Fraser got himself in a tangle down there. The sun wasn't in his eyes, that's for sure.
Down, did it carry? I think yes is the answer from Darren Goff.
I've no doubt it carried. Catches win matches. England keep this up, they got no hope.
When it comes to poor fielding, this West Indies side really takes the cake.
The wicketkeeper again has got in the way of Brian Lara.
Disinterested and distracted, they combined indifference and lack of effort to great effect.
Well, that was quite an interesting bit of fielding by the bowler there. The ball hit back at him. He normally would have just bent down and picked it up.
Oh, and that's a bad miss. Thank you, Richie. Just a few figures on that. And he's fumbled.
Good shot, dropped him. Hard, sharp, caught and bowl chance, but you've got to take those.
I know fielding saves runs, but here the West Indies saved running.
It's been terrible today, the fielding of the West Indies. Ian Chappell's mentioned it once or twice. They get 3 here, two extra runs. It's great running, but terrible cricket by the West Indies.
It's not, well, it's a half smile. believe it. Michael, I don't believe it.
It's well bowled and well played. That's through again. That'll be 4 more. The run's flowing here at the Gabba. The attacking field, Taylor and Slater finding the gaps.
And that's a rather upset stomach, which was a coincidence, because most of his efforts had made England's fans sick.
This is McCaig again. Yes, McCaig, very unhappy and not surprising. Not surprisingly either. That one was again a bad delivery. Just helped on its way down to fine leg. What do I do now?
And when McCaig picked up the bat, their stomach ache did not improve.
Oh, there goes the house, the Yorker. Clean bowl, neck and crop, Martin McCaig. So what a fascinating day's play here at the Gabba at 6 for 133.
Still quite a bit of time to go, but the Australians are moving fairly swiftly now. Shane Warne 6 for 69 from 46 overs. Oh, and there's another
England losing the test match.
Disappointing.
Hey, by the way, New Zealand, can Yogi Bear have his clothes back?
I am lost for words. What is that?
Well, it suggests that he's saying, I'm Colin Miller. I bowled.
On the morning of this test match, Australia's Colin Miller had Courtney Walsh seeing blue.
I think Courtney Walsh is laughing. You can't believe it. I've never seen that in a test match. He's coming down. I think he's appealing against the reflection off the head. Oh, the crowd are roaring here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, wanting to make sure it's Colin Miller.
The thing is, Miller's nana now wants to know where her hair rinse has gone.
The Kipway, that's close. That time he's got him, playing back. The Indian captain, not happy, saying that he may have hit that. What's going on? He's saying, please, please, what a tour. Gavaskar suggesting that he got a thick edge onto that delivery. The man who's walked so often this series, very annoyed with that decision.
It's an annoyed man, and he's still not prepared to leave the ground.
Here's a first. India's Sunil Gavaskar, who was on strike, now wants to go on strike.
And he is telling Chauhan to stay there and sending Venkata out. So that's a good move there on behalf of the manager of the Indian side. And it's a very upset Gavaskar who leaves the ground.
Here we see England's Chris Broad go out and then make doubly sure of it.
Took his eye off the ball, and it's one very upset English opening batsman.
conference between Jones and the umpire. Now
I think what he might have asked for is the sweatband off Kirtley's right hand.
Now, umpire Prue has a difficult task here. He has to convince Curtly Ambrose, who's 6'8", that he's to take off the sweatband on his right wrist before he bowls.
Dean Jones says he only asked Curtly if he could see his charm bracelet, and Ambrose took it the wrong way.
That could generate an extra yard or two from Curtly, I would think.
In fact, he took 5 for 32.
Very, very swift delivery.
Cuts beautifully off the back foot. This is going down the hill. This will go all the way.
Never short of a word, Shane Warne explains to England's Paul Collingwood how determined he is to make it into a cricket wonders and blunders show.
And there's banter going on between Collingwood and Warne.
You're making me concentrate more. You're making me concentrate.
Good call, Warney. For many cricketers, there's nothing quite like hearing the sound of leather on willow. Unless, of course, you're Dennis Lilly.
Dug out by Dennis Lilly with his aluminium bat, which he's using today. Used the wood one yesterday, but has come out today now with that new aluminium bat of his. Well, it certainly drove that one pretty well. And a long chase here for David Gower. Well, a bit of
bat away.
Lilly had obviously been keeping all those empty tin cans for a reason. But recycling is not always appreciated, Dennis.
Be breathing.
The batsman may have made 7 runs off 1 ball, but it looks like he needs 40 winks to recover from it all.
He's almost down and out, but he's managed 7.
The Ashes of Moustaches. Ian Botham versus Merv Hughes. This is...
Here it comes, straight down the ground, just below the commentary box, on the roof. My goodness, what a shot.
He's hit the ball into the commentary box. Well, now let's throw a microphone onto the pitch and see how Clive Lloyd likes it.
I hope these windows are shatterproof. I don't know if he's aiming for some of those pressmen in the press box or not, Tony.
Oh, that's one of the biggest hits you'll see. That's a magnificent hit.
Someone tell Neil Armstrong to duck.
And his full house, they're loving it. That's as good as you'll see. Look at it go.
I know the cricket comes live via satellite, but that's bounced off the thing. Here, Rod Marsh was told to get a handle on things. And Simon O'Donnell needs to be told to get a grip.
Oh, he's let go of the bat. That's what happens when you try and smash it out of the ground every ball.
I hope he's not accused of throwing his innings away.
But you just got to hope there's no forward short leg in position. And he's hit that one away down towards fine leg. And it will get to the boundary. But he's decided to have a go there. I don't think Gow would even be aware that lunch was due.
I mean, how unaware can one man be?
Well, it's ridiculous, isn't it? The top-class player who scored over 8,000 runs would fall for that. The boy in the park wouldn't fall for that. His trap was set. 1 ball to go.
Goes again. That's even better. That sounded superb and is superb.
And it was such a controlled shot. He wasn't over-swinging at all.
Wasn't it crisp? He's got length, line, eye. Thinks he's got Panesar under control. What will the young fella do? Pressure situation for him.
That one not quite as high as the other 2.
That was hit hard and flat. And smart Adam Gilchrist hitting with the draft. He got 3 men from mid-wicket to mid-on the fence.
Makes no difference. That's the best of the lot. 24 from the over. 3 sixes and a 4 to finish it off. And the crowd are going off.
Lucky for Monty Panesar, there'll be no encore performance.
That's not just in the first row of seats, that's in the second row.
Umpires provide us with some of cricket's finest blunders, but its only one true wonder has to be the incomparable Billy Bowden. On this day, Billy is actually reminding his wife at home to hang out the washing. Here, Billy's playing charades. Now let me guess. It's a movie, 2 words, something about pirates.
Strawberry, raspberry.
Oh, yes. Almost on the ground after an edge. Wait for the call. It's 5 foot. He's caught. Hey, hang on, Billy. It's only gone halfway. You can't even get 2 for that. Billy's weighed 4.
I've heard of bowlers giving runs away, but not an umpire.
Gone for it. Was an edge? I don't think so. On this yes, that was a long time, a very long time. That didn't sound like an edge to me. That sounded like the ground. Very belated decision.
He's done it again, Billy. There's no way in the world he hit that. This is the one bloke in the world that I'm confident would walk when he hits it.
Australia's Adam Gilchrist is usually keener on a walk than most household dogs. So if he hesitates to walk, you know there's something amiss. Silly Billy.
Vessels off the mark as a try to stumps.
John Dyson should have been out in the first over, but thanks to umpire Mel Johnson, he went on to score 79 runs.
Not the greatest run I've seen taken, and Bob Willis picked that ball up. What a beautiful throw.
Not bad for a man who was more out than in.
And oh dear, you can make up your own mind from that picture.
Jeff Lawson facing Michael Holding.
Australia's Jeff Lawson was so relaxed at the...
Bounce, too much bounce. It nipped back. Oh, he's given him. Oh, no.
Gotcha, Sachin.
That's a dreadful decision. That is a dreadful decision. Have a look at this. Just watch the movement and then the bounce.
It's obviously very high. A strange one. I think everybody just let it pause and let it go, because everyone just thought he was going to be too high and say not out, but suddenly the finger came up.
That, I think, is taking the outside edge.
Well, I'm not sure. And in fact, there's a shake of the head there from the court.
That's the way.
Well caught at mid-off. And it's a no ball. Umpire Orchard is standing there with his arm outstretched. Steve Waugh is 20 metres from the crease. Now, Justin Lang has caught his attention, and he's been called back. What an unbelievable run here for Steve Waugh.
The Barmy Army has cost England this wicket. There's too much noise out there. No one can hear a thing. The wicket before this one, the outside edge. If the slips weren't sure of the edge, why should the umpire be sure? No one appealed. No one heard a thing. This comedy of errors. There's the outside edge, the bat going back. Foster knew something had happened, but wasn't convinced. How can
First no catch, then no ball. England couldn't buy an apple from this orchard. And with that joke, I'll walk too. At some stage in their career, every cricketer gets the chance to be a hero.
Steve Waugh on 98. The final ball of the second day's play.
With a final curtain looming, Steve Waugh's hiccuping career required nothing short of a century to survive.
You're not, you're not. That's what Greg Chappell must be thinking after this delivery.
Getting a standing ovation from the members, and one can only feel for this man what must be going through his mind. Australia's greatest batsman, and the best batsman we have ever produced, and what's on everybody's lips at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
With a young man who clearly wants his duck back. And there it is. The policeman's got it. And a little cheer from the crowd as he takes the friendly little duck.
Greg's form was plucked. During the 1999-2000 series, India's Ajit Agarkar made enough ducks to start his own shooting gallery.
Another one's gone. He's on a hat-trick.
Ajit Agarkar, and he's going to have to face the music. Oh, and there's one ball. Wicket field. It's got him out. LBW first ball. Ajit Agarkar taking straight.
Would you believe it? He's on a hat-trick.
You can see the tenseness written all over his face. Brett Lee at the top of his mark. Too many ducks on the scorecard. He's a good cricketer, this fellow. He'll be wanting to change things here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 slips. Oh, and another. Oh, he's got him. He's got him. He's walking. He's walking. Well, there we go. That is incredible. He cannot do anything right with the bat. 4 first ballers in a row. This is not a good feeling. And, well, now spare a thought for this bloke. Ajit Agarkar. 4 first ballers in a row. He's coming out there absolutely wide-eyed, looking down the barrel at 5 in a row. Doesn't he look tense? Right, well, this will be very interesting. We'll try and keep close up on the eyes of this young man. This is not a great experience, but his eyes are going to open up wide, that's for sure. Can he get out of this horror trot? 4 first ballers in a row, and the Aussies want the 5th.
Hooray! Well done. He's let it go.
Well left, very well left. Just wide outside off stump.
Not for a minute, and he comes again. He's gone! He's caught behind. So it's 5 ducks in a row.
Oh, this is so sad. Negotiated the one that mattered, then nicked this one. Straight through to the keeper, big deflection, and Glenn McGrath has got him. Well, that's 5 in a row in both innings for Glenn McGrath, and this is a sorry sight.
But hey, at least he's consistent.
5 ducks in a row.
Secure your box and insert your earplugs. Here are some sorry moments with even sorrier jokes.
That has hit Border in the face. I think it's got him on the side of the cheek.
Certainly. A man without clothes is given the cold shoulder.
We don't know at the moment if it's a boy or a girl streaker.
It's a boy.
A boy.
It's a boy, Rich.
Well, he could have done some injury to Andrew Simons there because he seemed to run straight at him and all of a sudden he was on his back.
Well, they finally found some common ground.
Having decided the test match was getting a little flat, Australian fast bowler Dennis Lillee asked Javed Miandad for a dance.
Hello, hello.
Miandad has his dance card full already, and he politely declines. But Lillee won't take no.
Disgraceful. It really is absolutely stupid. I cannot understand. Lillee actually asked for that. He encroached upon Javed Miandad's line, and we very nearly had ourselves a fight on the ground. Javed Miandad prepared to go around him. Lillee moving across into his way. Now remember, Javed Miandad's out of his crease there.
Desperate to dance, watch here as Lillee shows us a bit of the sidestep shuffle.
And as you can see, he's there aiming a kick at Javed Miandad, and Miandad aiming to hit Lillee with a bat.
In the final test match of the series against Australia,
it's ripped into the gloves.
South Africa's captain Graham Smith breaks his hand and retires hurt.
Well, he's a tough man, and he immediately showed the pain.
Only to courageously return and push through the pain barrier in the hope of saving the match.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, what's happening? Graham Smith is coming out the back. A series that has gripped us from first to last continues to do so. The drama is by no means done. This is a mighty figure. One of the great men of the modern game, and Sydney is standing to him.
And the Sydney crowd really appreciating Graham Smith's courage to come out and bat for his country. The captain leading the front like he has all series.
His right arm is the problem. That's the one that grips the bat. McDonald now. Oh, and he survives. Makarantini, unbeaten with 16, is on strike to Doug Bollinger. Oh, and he's actually... Matthew Hayden's now dropped it. You can't credit this. No. Every picture tells its story.
After this over, 3 overs at each end, or 26 minutes. Wow, this is unbelievable.
Well played, very well played. It will have hurt. It will have really hurt, but it is magnificently well played. 1 ball left in this over. Smith survives it. Staggering scenes at the Sydney Cricket Ground. It's 9 for 257. Remember, that bottom hand is broken.
No bounce.
Mitchell Johnson's done it! With 10 balls remaining, Australia win the 3rd Test match at the Sydney Cricket Ground. What drama we've had at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And what a part Graham Smith and Makarantini have played in it.
Well done, Mitchell Johnson. Well bowled, and well done to Graham Smith. You can't help but feel for Graham Smith there. He went out there and gave it his all.
He may have a broken hand, but he's no broken man. Finally, for a joke that really hurts, watch here as fine leg becomes a broken one.
It's quick. And he knocks it for 4. Wow, it's not happening for England.
Oh, careful.
And he's in trouble.
Oh,
it's Jones too. Looks like his spig's got caught. Oh dear, oh dear. Doesn't want to see. Oh, the right knee. Goes for 4, but he's in a lot of trouble. And England's in trouble as well, at 139 for 1. He's been the wicket taker so far.
Let's hope they get better. The jokes and the bones. It's the first ball of the Ashes series, and England fast bowler Steve Harmison is about to send a warning to the Aussies that the English mean business.
Whoa, wide delivery, taken a slip by the skipper. The nerves are showing already.
They might need 4 slips to catch this.
Oh, usually the ball going to second slip is a good thing.
I remember Graham McKenzie saying to me once when he bowled a delivery like that, wear nerves as well as a batsman.
That one's curled around his legs like a hungry house cat at tea time.
It's actually hit off stump.
When bowling in cricket, the #1 rule is to remember to bowl the ball.
He's stuttering all over the place. Halfway up his run-up, he's putting in 3 or 4 little ones. Oh, there he goes again. He's in all sorts of trouble. This is really a worry for England. The fastest bowler losing his concentration and his confidence the second morning of a test match.
Harmison's having more false starts here than a second-hand lawnmower.
There's a good example of him looking at the bowling crease and thinking, oh no, I've got it wrong. Eyes are down there. He's just got to stop doing this. He's got to look down the pitch at the spot where he wants the ball to land.
Spectacle-wearing Murray Bennett could barely see the stumps, let alone know if he'd hit them.
Beautifully bowled. And isn't Murray Bennett excited?
Judging by the way the crowd reacted, Bennett figured Viv had either hit a 6 or he'd taken his wicket.
One of the best balls you will ever see bowled.
Luckily, it was his wicket, or he would have looked like a right idiot.
So a great breakthrough for Australia.
Brian Lara's been bowled a maiden over before, but he hasn't been bowled over by a maiden.
Oh, and there's a big appeal. Yes, I think that she's got him. Zoe's got him.
This is Curtly Ambrose serving up a 17-ball over. That's almost as many deliveries as Santa Claus on Christmas Eve.
We've had to go that one, no ball called, and so there's no point in trying to catch that one.
No.
And again. Right, he's round the wicket to him now. This will be a nasty angle for Warne.
No.
Right behind it again, well played. Well, that's got to be a no ball. Yeah, way outside the return crease. The back foot there was not just touching it, it was way out of it. That's better. Whoops, and again, Warne's no idea where that one's gone. He's had a go at that one, and he's whacked it high and way over the top of cover point. Bouncing down towards the fence. Will it get there? Probably just. In fact, it's just short of the rope, so that's the over so far. Illegitimate balls all over the place. It's going to be a long over for him. Oops, and he's hit him again. And another no ball. Four to go. He's had a go at that one, and that's another legitimate delivery. They'll end up getting 3 here. Well, he went for it that time, but it was a bit wide, and another no ball. And what's more, he's had a go at the wicketkeeper, and it popped out of his hands.
They're obviously all getting pretty tired out there at the moment. No ball called again.
This is getting a bit farcical.
Oh, and Warren backing away and saying sorry, sorry, sorry. Oh, he went for the leg stump.
Well, hopefully one ball to come.
No ball called again, and he's hit that one through the offside field. It's running away down towards the fence at extra cover. It'll go all the way for 4. And what's more, it's another no ball. And that one's through to the keeper. Well, that's the end of a marathon. 13 minutes it took him. It's 8 for 167. That over did not do Kirtley justice, so let's watch a spell that would put Bewitched to shame.
Big appeal there. Yes, he's got the little inside edge. War doesn't look too happy about it. Just a little glance down the wicket.
Shouts of catch it, and Richie Richardson, the captain, has done that. And once again, Curtly Ambrose does the job for his skipper. And a shout, he's got him first ball. So Ambrose is now on a hat-trick. Edged and straight to Brian Lara. So that's 3 on the trot now for Ian Healy as Australia lose their 6th wicket.
It's in the air, could be out. Arthur's running with the ball. He should catch this. He does. Ambrose gets 5. Big Murph got him down the ground. That was a fine catch. Great fast bowler has Australia on the rocks here at the Wacker. He's got another one. He's got 6 for 1. What a magnificent spell. The half volley's there for a straight to second slip. This is one of the best efforts ever at the Wacker. It's 7 for 1. He's got another one. What a spell. Magnificent bowling. Australia 9 for 104. Angel out for duck.
In cricket, as in life, there's nothing quite like the embarrassment of pulling up just short of the mark.
Graham Gooch's wife there with the dark sunglasses, I would reckon one of the most nervous individuals on the ground. Graham Gooch has got 99. He's off for it, he'll have to hurry. He's gone, he's run out for 99. Graham Gooch run out for 99. What a disaster. Oh my goodness, for Graham Gooch that was really disaster. Throw from Kim Hughes. And Graham Gooch run out for 99.
It was a last fraction of a second decision by Gooch.
Here, England's Graham Gooch falls inches short.
He's gone by a matter of inches, just 1 away from a century.
No wonder his wife looks disappointed.
What sadness there.
So he's still on 99 and also back on strike.
Just because you only need another run doesn't mean you invent one.
And he goes, big chance. Yes, he'll be out. Hit the stumps. He's run into his non-striking partner and he's run out for 99.
Well, there are times I can hardly believe what I've seen, and this is certainly one of them. Fancy going for that and fancy doing that.
I mean, the situation was already dire, and then he's brought undone by friendly fire.
Dear.
Oh, it's a run out, miles out. He kept coming, and that's the end of Lara.
If you're a tail-end batsman, when Brian Lara says jump, you ask how high. You do not stand still and ask him what.
Yes, he was yelling, come, come, come. By that stage, Brian Lara gave it away.
Australia has brought England to their knees before, but in this case, they were literally down and out.
Question, big question. It's gone onto the stumps. Has he run out? I think he's been thrown out. Let's have a look at this. Will be an interesting dismissal. This is going to be OUT, out.
Forget Bridget. That was another entry in Geraint Jones' diary.
Jones, it's a duck and he's run out.
Here Lenny is daydreaming and the Indians start screaming. Wake up, Lenny.
And there's a strike at the stumps there. Pascoe looking towards the umpire and he's been run out. My goodness.
There's a big appeal for LBW. The ball is going down leg side. Pascoe's more worried about whether he's given out or not. Ben Sarko is the only one concentrating on the ball. Hits the stumps and Lenny Pascoe is out, run out.
Now it's time for Tuffers the Duffer.
Oh, there's a mix-up. Oh, my goodness gracious me. You would not believe that that was possible. He got so excited.
How to make something easy seem hard. Lesson 1.
All the time in the
How to make something easy seem hard. Lesson 2.
Tufnell taking his eye off the ball.
My goodness.
Here is South Africa's own Superman, Jonty Rhodes, taking flight.
Umpire not interested. Inzamam could be run out. And Jonty Rhodes has demolished the stumps. And umpire Bucknor has given him out. The flying leap with Pike.
Inzamam was hit on the pads. He was looking for the single and lumbered down the wicket. Imran was never interested. Jonty Rhodes knew there was a chance, decided not to throw other than himself. He gets there first and wipes everything out.
Clive, it's hooked away. There's a man down there. It's safe. Falls in. Off the fieldsman, a deep square leg. 20 coming back for the second. Steve Law. So wait. Yes, this is a bit close. That's very close. They've called for the photo here. Yes, there's Darryl Hare. This could be a tragedy if he's run out. War looks confident.
I've heard of England's footballers protecting their middle stump with 2 hands, but not cricketers.
Oh dear, has he knocked it away from the stumps there? We can't see there from the umpire.
This would give us a better idea. Where was his hand? It looks as though it hit the hand.
I guess then this is cricket's version of an own goal. Hey, Alan? If there's one thing that cricketers and cricket fans are good at, that's celebrating with true passion and style.
He's on 48. Oh, he's got it. Inside edge, was it? Yes, he's got 50. Well played.
When you're happy and you know it, ride your bat.
And they're loving it.
I wonder if we'll ever see a jockey win a horse race and then celebrate by pretending to bowl an off-cutter. Brett Lee, the Wizard of Oz.
Straight up in the air, Brett Lee gets the breakthrough.
There's no place like home. Hey, Brett?
Oh, got him! South Africa have got it. They've won. Straight back to him. Cotton bowled. What a game for de Villiers. He's taken the catch.
Okay. You bowled out Australia's number 11, Glenn McGrath. Settle down.
At the crease, so disappointed.
I mean, this is ridiculous, over the top and uncalled for.
And Glenn McGrath now will slowly make his way out onto the ground. He's said all his career he'd love to come out and hit the winning runs in a test match. Well, his chance is about to arrive.
In comes Goff. Hit him on the toe. He's getting him. He's going to have won. A great win for England at the MCG. What a test match. What a performance by...
Sorry, South Africa. Take that back.
In the end, Goff, a magical moment for Test cricket on this ground once again.
The crazy hair, the menacing stare, and the cricket ability beyond compare.
Got him!
Warney's the man. But hang on, it looks like he's running for the ice cream van.
Shane Warne through the gate as Scott Strauss.
Close. He's out, and victory for India. Look at those Indians. Well bowled, Kapil Dev. A tremendous performance. A well-earned victory. They were sent into bat on this wicket.
Now tell me, is Kapil Dev being carried off here or abducted?
And the hero carried off, and why not? 5 wickets to win a test match for his country.
Only about 1,000 people probably at the MCG, but probably 500 million listening to that broadcast to Radio India. No doubt there'd be a tremendous jubilation in India.
Curtly Ambrose with his Nissan vehicle there for the Benson Hedges International Cricketer of the Year.
Not content with winning the series, Curtly Ambrose attempted to get the West Indies into the Guinness Book of Records for the most men inside a moving vehicle. Apparently the reason his teammates were so excited is because it's the first time they'd seen Curtly Ambrose cover drive.
Who don't like it?
Those kids on the ground will have to be quick if they want an autograph off this fast bowler. Here's New Zealand's Mark Greatbatch taking a great catch.
What a good catch. Brilliant.
Before thanking the media for their encouraging words.
Now that is a classic if ever I've seen one. And Greatbatch has taken a blinder.
And he's very happy, and I think he's having a few words to say to the press box at this stage.
He's probably reminding them that he missed a couple earlier in the series. It's 3 for 227.
It's gone for it. It's in the air. Tough no. Tough no. Yes! Tough no! Very good catch.
Miracles do happen.
Slater's gone for the hook shot. That was very well caught.
Yes, he's becoming an outfield specialist, Phil Tufnell. He judged that well, and you ought to have seen the Barmy Army behind him. They came running down the hill once he took the catch. Absolutely over the moon they were.
Oh, he takes it. Oh, there it is. A victory by 10 wickets. You can't do any better than that. 5-0, Langer not out, Hayden not out. The end of a wonderful partnership. 12 on the top of Australia. Just too good.
Justin Langer and Matthew Hayden. They're the same on the phone, you know. No, you hang up first.
Now closes. Hayden and Langer go down in history. They'll be one of the best opening partnerships of all time.
Here we see Merv Hughes and Alan Border go through every phase of an adult relationship.
Alan Border given a pat on
the first date.
Is that a pat on the back or a kiss from Merv Hughes?
Careful, AB. He won't respect you in the morning.
Whether I'd want to be kissed by Merv, good bowler though he is.
Well, the honeymoon period. Who's my Captain Grumpy Wumpy? Finally, the amicable breakup.
And Hughes making his way in, just the odd handshake this time.
Oh well, all good things must come to an end.